Hi everybody and welcome to Barefoot TV, a weekly online TV program which provides you with easy access to knowledge, wisdom and guidance from experts, leaders and spiritual advisors from all over the world to support you in transforming, growing and connecting with love, soul and spirit in your everyday lives. For those of you watching for the first time, I'm Leanne, the Barefoot Medium. I'm an international medium, twin flame, transformational coach and author who is absolutely passionate about reconnecting people with their loved ones who's passed over, spiritual guides and your intuition, as well as providing access to practical knowledge, tools and techniques you can use in your everyday lives to embrace what you love and what brings you into connection with your joy so you can be more of your authentic self. So kick off your shoes, sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode where I am joined by Delilah Cordova, a visibility creator, book project manager, digital marketing coach, who is the leading influence in the author world through her informative Facebook live shows and author assistance services. She's not only a single mother of 5 children who she homeschools, she is working on releasing her debut book, Undiscovered Author, this year, covering the essentials every author needs to know to become visible online in a digital world. Delilah has helped hundreds of people to be able to get their books out into the world and is about to be featured and partner at the upcoming Charlotte Black Film Festival, where authors will be brought into the spotlight to have their books created into movies in April 2019. And I'm putting my hand up for that one. Not only is Delilah here today to share her story, but we'll also be discussing smart marketing for authors. So welcome, Delilah.
Hey, everybody.
Can you share a little bit about you, where you're from, what you do, and how you've come to be doing what you're doing?
Yeah. So basically what I do is I help authors and entrepreneurs, or those who are called authorpreneurs, become visible online and to build their author platform so that they can sell more books, services, and products. So basically, I started out, like you said, where did I start from? I started out back in 2011, and I was working for a small computer company at the time, and I was just doing like admin type work. I wasn't really getting paid that much. I don't think I was getting paid at all. I just needed the experience at the time. And basically, I stumbled upon digital marketing back then. So over time, I eventually moved to New York. I was working in a warehouse. I got 5 kids. Well, at the time I had 3. And I picked up another client who needed help with, the social media was just starting to trend. And she wanted to get her business out there. So took her on, skyrocketed her business. She got like 30 accounts within 3 months, and just using social media strategies and organic methods of traffic. So, from there, that was it. Then a couple of years ago, how I got into authors was I was picked up by Michael Ogier for a special project to work on his book launch. And, I just happened to knock it out the park with that one, made a ton of money with him. And ever since then, it's just been on with authors, and it's like I finally found my perfect niche. So I just ran with it.
Yeah, beautiful. And I love how you talk about, you hit it out of the park and you found your niche, because the reality is when we're in flow and we're in that beautiful space where we're loving what we're doing, we're passionate about what we do, then we do just find success and abundance flows in because we're using those natural skills. So, I love that. Talk to me more about authors.
Talk to you about what?
A little bit more about authors and how you help them, how you support them, and what you love doing most.
Yeah. I like how you say talking about finding what's passionate, or we're passionate in, so that what I do for authors, and what I do for my entrepreneurs overall is it makes me want to jump out of bed every morning. I mean, I'm happy to work 80 hours a week doing this. Before I go make somebody else a paycheck, work in a warehouse, and it was working like 40, 50 hours, was not happy. But now I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? I love what I do. And I love helping others most of all. It's like my purpose to serve, to help people get their businesses up and going so that they can become visible like they're supposed to. It's all about serving, helping that message spread out. But more of what I do for authors is, we have several programs available. One of them is being like a do-it-yourself, where I'll coach you along the way. We'll sit down, we'll talk about your strategy. I usually sit down and map it. I have my pen with me, so I'm at work all the time. But we map out the whole strategy from beginning to end, and then I go and I tell you how to implement. But like I said, it's a coaching session, so be responsible for implementing. And then I have a blended where you'll do some of it yourself, and then it's more of a learning curve where I can eventually just take over a little bit and help to gear things the way that they're supposed to be. It's more for people who really want to learn how to use digital marketing systems and don't know how. And then I have an option where we do it for you. So from beginning to end, ultimately, we are capable, me and my team are capable of helping someone from A to Z as long as it's online. So websites, social media, SEO, so on and so forth, all those different services. We also have virtual assistants available for authors who are in need of extra help, or they have redundant tasks that they really can't focus on, because ultimately we want you to be focused on getting that book into the world. So
yeah,
that's what we got.
and I really love how you say that, because as a transformational coach, I've worked with a couple of clients who are really struggling and stuck in that process of getting their book out into the world, and just don't have the background knowledge of A, how to plan it and organize it, and B,
Yes.
get started on the writing and stop procrastinating, and then
Yes.
C, the technical side of actually getting it published, and
Right.
all the ins and outs of that, and then marketing it.
See, this is what's great about my system, is that for my degree, I am a project manager, right? So I use a lot of project management techniques in my systems. So for example, I have this group coming up called Strategic Marketing Planning. It's like a mentorship group. It's going to be running from the 17th through 22nd and of December, just in case you're watching this later on December. But what it is I've created a whole plan, or it's a whole plan, and I've built out this whole Google sheet that is coded and will be able to help you to plan your whole project, especially a book project. I made it specifically for books. So you'll be able to plan every step: the writing, the publishing, the editing, the assigning who, what resources, and being able to make people commit to your deadlines and you staying on task. In there, you're also going to be able to do your social media automation, your email automation planning, and your blogs and creating content. I show people how to create the content so that they are ready for a quarter versus ready for a day.
Yeah.
And those are type of strategies that people need to think about, because if you're only ready for a day, you can't be ready for what's ahead,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So what's the biggest challenge that you come across for authors with actually planning out and the writing phase of their books? What's the biggest challenge you find people have?
The writing phase of their books?
Yeah.
Ultimately, knowing, I can normally deal with people after the writing phase of the book. So I'm not a publisher, I'm a marketer.
Yeah.
So a lot of from what I've heard from doing my own shows is that a lot of authors have issues with getting the story developed and building out their initial outline of how they want their story to go as far as writing goes. And then, you know, they eventually venture into trying to find somebody to edit and format for them.
Mm.
And overall knowing if their book is of quality. Because before they get to me, I have to know that the book is of quality. I have to see something. As much as I like to catch authors at book conception, because when you start writing your book, you need to be thinking about marketing at conception versus later. Because you got to know what audience you're going to be writing for. And, you know, that's also, you know, probably another issue I could bring up. But, you know, you got to know who your ideal reader is, who you're writing for, what is this book, what's the end goal of the book, you know what I mean? And those are all really important at book conception, to know the marketability, so that you're not at the end goal and the only person you're having to market to is your mom and your dad.
Yeah. And families are beautiful in buying our books for us, which is awesome. But, you know, you're right. We write books to get our knowledge, our wisdom, our message, our strategies, whatever it might be, or our stories out into the world to help and support other people on their journey, whatever it might be. Right. So, you know, I love that you talk about, you know, thinking about the audience and the marketing at that conception phase, because a lot of authors don't have that background and that knowledge to be able to go, what do I do? And they swim in the, you know, information that's out there about how to do that if they're trying to do it on their own.
Right.
So give me a couple. Yep.
And it's a lot of information that is out there, and you have so many voices in your head, and then you got so many skeptics writing whatever they think is right. And it's, you know, you got to be careful about what information you follow and fact finding and figure out what will work, because you can find something on Google or whatever you're doing while you're researching, sit there and lead with that thread of information in your mind and have it hold you back for months and it not be what you needed.
Yeah. And I like that because, you know, one of the things I've discovered along the way with running my business for almost 10 years now is I don't have a marketing background. I'm an academic. I'm a teacher. I'm a medium from my background. And marketing's not my strong point. It never has been. So I've had to do a lot of research along the way and try things, give it a go. And what I've discovered for me is that I have to go with what feels authentic and right for me within that marketing, because I'm putting part of my personality and my approach and my way of being out there in the world. And if it doesn't match that, people are going to know and feel it.
Right. And that's really, I like that you brought that up, because we're in, it's 2019, right? And digital marketing is the thing now. But the thing with digital marketing is that we're not about corporations anymore. We're not about big businesses. We're about building relationships and getting to know people.
Yeah.
So people, you know, like we're coming towards the days where we're over, you know, trying to purchase from big brands and stuff like that, where we're trying to purchase from small business owners, we're trying to purchase from authors and so on and so forth. But the best way that you could ever sell online is to do your own personal branding.
Yeah.
And talk to me a little, that know, like, and trust factor.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about personal branding. What is it, and how do people find out a little bit more, or what is it? What are the benefits that it brings for people?
Right. So personal branding nowadays is really beneficial for you, whether you're on LinkedIn or you're on Facebook or you're in a career at a corporate company. Because nowadays, even when you go and get a job, that person is coming and looking at your Facebook, looking at your LinkedIn. And what you really want to be able to do is have somebody land on your website and be super impressed with who you are, what you accomplished, and you want to give them that feeling that you're the sure deal. You know, this is even if you're not building a business and you're looking to work in a business, you still have to have those factors in mind. It's just a building up your resume, but online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of things you got to think about is, you know, branding is colors and how you want your image to appear. What messaging do you want people to have? And a few of those other things. How do you want people to read through your social media pages? Like for LinkedIn, it's really important that you take your LinkedIn and you really make sure you fill in all the blanks and make sure everything has pictures, even like the little work experience boxes, because it gives you that, you know, it reflects your character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes you look thorough, that you went ahead and did all that. And then when you're looking at your messaging, you know, everybody has a title on their personal Facebook page. They can put a title of basic or sentence, right? And then on LinkedIn as well, you have that basic sentence. You just basically want it to be really super simple and tell what you do. I help X do Y for Z outcome. And, you know, that helps a lot. Like for mine, my Facebook page, I don't really sell too much on there. Is that the whole goal? If you go and look at my Facebook page, is to push people to my Facebook group so I can sell to them there.
Yeah.
But if you looked at my LinkedIn, it's chocked with my keywords of all my titles and the different things that I do, so that it's optimized for SEO. And people are able to easily, this is what Delilah Cordova does. And this is why I need her, you know?
Yeah. And I really love how you talk about that, because that's something that I've done in the last 12 months as well, is really looked at that rebranding for my business. And, you know, Leanne, the Barefoot Medium, kick off your shoes. Like, really, it's about putting forward for me how I love to connect with the earth. I love to connect with the realness of people and the authenticity. And my personality is really down to earth. Right. So I would rather have bare feet than wearing high heels all day. You know, and
that's what makes you unique. You know what I mean? Versus others who are out in the market with you. That's what makes you unique.
Yeah. But I think it's so important that people really look at what does make them unique in the market, because I don't know about you, but I've seen, particularly in the last kind of couple of years, a lot of people copying or doing the same things as other people, or, you know, even going to the point of, you know, looking at videos and podcast shows doing the same formats, and people feel that it's not authentic.
Right. And it's cookie cutter. And that's the thing. That's why people want to build relationships with you now, because they don't want cookie cutter. They want that uniqueness. They want that what makes you special. Because if you don't have the true skill set, it's going to show, definitely.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, people. The problem with, and that's the biggest problem with social media and the internet overall, is that anybody can jump online and become an expert, or a so-called expert, but doesn't have the experience to be the expert. Yeah. Anybody can tell you anything, especially when you're working internationally. So you have to be really wary about what you're doing or who you're sending your money to, and making sure you're vetting people in, especially for like websites and different things, social media marketing, whoever you're working with. You gotta be really, really careful. And you know, that's why when you're branding yourself, you gotta make sure that you're the safe bet. You want to make sure you show that you are the safe bet, that you're gonna do what you say, and that you are an expert. You have to prove it. Social proof.
And I love how you say that you do what you say, because that's one of my really big values is, you know, following through and commitment. And, you know, if you make an appointment, or if you take an action, or if you commit to writing your book even, that you stay in integrity with that. and you honor it by taking the action. Or
Right.
you come back and look at, well, why is this something that you're procrastinating about? And I'm thinking really for myself about my next book, which I've been attempting to get finished for the last 12 months. And I'll put my hand up and say that I got really stuck on one particular chapter, and it is about mediumship, and it was all about grief and loss. So it's that kind of heavy energy, and I got stuck on that chapter. But I kept saying, oh, I'll write another chapter next month. And it just didn't happen. So sometimes you've got to take a step back and really look at what's going on around you. What do you need to clear out before you can then step into taking the actions that you need to take? So,
You know, that's so true. I don't know. I don't know if you're big into energy healing, but you know, making sure that you aren't carrying on those, you know, past emotions and different things forward with you, and being super clear about what you want. You know, and you know, but it's just like Bob Attractor, you say, "What do I want?" You know what I mean? And so you can change your focus, and so you're always forward thinking. It's really important when you're, you know, working on these type of projects, and especially entrepreneurs doing their own business, because you can get stuck, and I've been stuck. And it doesn't feel good.
no.
But that's when somebody like you, Leanne. I think I've actually called Leanne and had her services before, and she's part of the reason why I was able to do so much of what I'm doing now. Because she helped me to clear that energy and clear that mindset of what I had going on at the time. So it's really important that you put into your you need to put it into your investment portfolio, okay, for your business to take care of you.
Yeah, and thank you for saying that. And it's been an absolute pleasure and honour to support you in shifting through some of those patterns and beliefs that were sitting there that sometimes, you know, a lot of people have them that they're not conscious of, and to then be able to watch you fly and really grow your business has been an honour for me. And, you know, Delilah and I connected a little while ago on her live Facebook where she did an interview with me about one of my books. So, you know, the universe works in mysterious ways about how to connect people that you need. So, Delilah, talk to viewers, if you can, about what are 3 tips you would give them in marketing their books or getting their books out there. What are 3 tips you would give people?
All right, 3 tips.
3 tips.
3 tips. Number 1, start marketing at book conception. Okay? That includes your market research and do whatever you got to do in terms of marketing, setting up your social media, thinking about your website, your branding, all those little different things. They need to start now. So when you get to goal, you have an audience to sell to. My second one is making sure that you pre-plan like a big business. All corporate and big businesses pre-plan anything that they do. They hire project managers just to do this type of stuff for them, just to plan, plan. And it's really important that you think in terms of big business, because once you have everything automated, everything scheduled, potentially by quarter, I would pray by quarter, you would do it by quarter. But once you have it all done, then adding on and tweaking, and you'll free up so much of your space and so much of your energy. And you know, anyway, third tip is to reach out when you need help. Because you don't want to sit for 2 or 3 months stuck in one place when all you had to do was have a conversation with somebody to get moving again. If you need help, reach out. And, you know, I'm always around, you know, I don't say like reach me out all the time, you know, but, you know, schedule a little bit of time with like if you need help with the energy or, you know, those type of things that Leanne does. like energy, you know, that stuff, because she helped me. You gotta reach out and say, hey, I need help. Something's wrong here. I'm blocked. what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, and just do it as fast as possible. Don't sit there. Don't sit there.
Yeah. And I love how you talk about reaching out for help, because I think particularly when people are in that book planning or writing phase, or even ready to launch it out in the world, there's often that isolation a little bit, because, you know, you're so focused on getting it completed and done that you can get stuck and you can get into procrastination mode or overwhelm or anxiety about how do I do this. And it is, where thanks to digital marketing, the digital world, we can connect with people all over the world in an instant. So, you know, I'm really grateful for the people that I've had in my world that have helped me get my 5 books out there so far, and to really help me move through blockages and limitations. And, you know, when you put a book out, you're saying you're an expert in this field, in this area, and that can bring up blockages and unconscious stuff for people, going, oh my God, people are going to see me as an expert. Am I really that? So thank you for sharing that and reminding people that if that's the blockage or if that's the challenge, reach out and ask for help. And if you're not sure how to do the planning or how to do the marketing or what you need, reach out to someone like Delilah and invest in your own business, invest in you, because, you know, we can't always, and I love free stuff. There's lots of free stuff on the internet, and I've got a bit of a background in e-learning through my university days. So I know where to find all these free electronic tools and software that you can use. So I love free tools, but sometimes you've got to invest to be able to have that flow back to you. So I love that. And, you know, how do we make our marketing or our social media, how do we make that more authentic for ourselves? What's one tip that you would give people on making your marketing or your social media stuff more authentic for you?
I would have to say, to prove authenticity, is that you need to start leveraging Facebook Live videos or any type of, you know, with Instagram, creating stories, and just showing social proof of what you're doing and keeping people involved in your business. That's the best way to do it, because people like to see that. People like to hear that. You know, you might think when you're doing a Facebook Live or Instagram or YouTube, whatever you're doing, that people are not watching. Well, just wait until 6 months from now, once you've done 50 videos or more, and people are going to say, I saw that interview you did back who knows when, or you was interviewing X, Y, and Z back when, and you're going to be really surprised at who is paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I really love that, because Facebook Live is such a valuable tool that I need to get back into as well, now that I have stable internet connection. So thank you for that reminder. And Delilah, can you share with people where they can connect with you and learn more about your author services or your mentoring programs that you offer people?
Yes. Like I said before, the next mentorship program starts on December 17th, and it runs 17th through the 22nd. You guys can reach me at connect.delilahcordova.com.
Easy. Thank you so much for connecting with us all today and sharing your beautiful knowledge and wisdom and your enthusiasm for the work that you do with people so that they can get their work out into the world. I so appreciate the connection and love that we can talk from opposite sides of the world.
Yes. You
with your beautiful flowers and me with nature and all the sounds that go with it.
It's a Christmas cactus.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I got some pink poinsettias back here. They need some water. They're not happy right now.
I love it. So thank you so much for connecting. And for those of you who are watching who want to check out my services, like Delilah said, if you've got some blockages that you need to shift through, then check out my transformational coaching programs on my website, thebarefootmedium.com.au. You can also connect with me on Facebook, Leanne the Barefoot Medium. On YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel here, Leanne the Barefoot Medium, and through all the other social media outlets. Wherever you are, whatever you are doing in the world, I hope you are doing it with love, joy, and passion. And I wish you all a beautiful and amazing week. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Barefoot TV.